All right, so we have some of our attendees joining us. So thank you so much for joining this presentation, or this student panel, I guess I should say. I just want to start off quickly by acknowledging that UBC's Vancouver campus is located on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam people. And I'm really excited to have you all here with us. We will be recording this session as well, but for attending live, we are giving away some UBC hoodies. So the winner of the first one today, let me just draw that, is Douglas McKinnon. So congratulations, Douglas. I will be sending you an email later with the information about how to claim your free UBC hoodie. We're going to be giving one away at the end as well. So if you guys all stick around, we will be giving away another UBC hoodie, which is exciting that you get to wear that. Perfect. So this session is all about, we have two current Indigenous students with us today that are both in the UBC Engineering program. So we'll be asking them questions for our attendees that have joined us. If you have any questions, you can use the Q&A tab at the bottom of your screen, and you can ask those questions to the panelists, and I will be helping with that. So to get you both started and introduce you to our panelists, I will get you to introduce yourselves. Who wants to go first?
I can go first. Do you want to give me a video privilege again? It knocked off. And I'll just turn on and start introducing myself.
All right, Blake, you should have video.
All right, perfect. Oh, here we go. All right, hello everybody. My name is Blake. I am in second year engineering physics, and maybe one cool thing about me is I'm on UBC SALA, which is an engineering design team, and I just joined them this year, and it's super fun. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to talk to you guys and answer your questions. This is a really good event.
Hi guys, my name is Katrijn, and I'm also a second year engineering student, but I am part of the geological engineering department. Fun fact about me is, I guess, fun fact about every geological engineering student is that we always just have a bunch of rocks everywhere. So I got this right by my desk, and so that's pretty fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to also answering your guys' questions, and it'll be a good time.
Perfect. And Katrijn, I'll stay with you for the first question. So can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to join engineering and study engineering?
Okay. Well, in high school, I was one of, if you talk to my teachers and just people around, I was just so into learning. My favorite classes were physics and math and chemistry, biology, just all these very STEM-based courses. And when I was considering going into science or engineering, and I really was looking into it, I looked into the UBC Engineering program quite a bit, and I just saw that they had some really interesting departments that a lot of other schools didn't have, one of them being the geological engineering stream, which I ended up going into. And the more I looked into it, the more excited I got. And I've always been, you know, person to try and work through challenges. And if you ask any engineering student why they're in it, they'll be like, oh, I just love to solve problems. Like, I want to be a problem solver. And I mean, that is true though. Like, that was the main reason, was like just working through the problems of something. And on lots of design teams, like I'm sure Blake can talk about with the SALA, is just you have to work through all these things and try different approaches that you've never done before. And it's just a really fun process to figure out how to overcome these things. And engineering, you know, and it's something that helps create like a better future, in the sense that you're continuously looking at world problems, like how do we fix this and how do like we make this system better. And I just think the opportunities that UBC Engineering offers is just such a good starting point for getting into this type of career path and everything. So
awesome. And Blake, do you want to share a little bit about why you chose to join UBC Engineering?
Yeah, so maybe my reason isn't as conventional, but in high school, I kind of didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I liked math and stuff. But I knew I didn't want to go into like pure math. So I decided, let's try engineering. Um, and the thing that was in my mind was, okay, I'm going to try engineering. It might not stay that way, but I'm going to try it out anyway. It stuck. I love it. um, and yeah, so I guess the reason I went into it was just because I like math and physics in high school. You'll hear that from a lot of people in engineering. Um, yeah, but that's my reason, and I was okay with maybe I didn't stick with it, but I did, and it's awesome.
And Blake, do you want to share a little bit about how you chose your program as well?
Yeah, sure. So I am in engineering physics, which is you get a broad base in electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, computer engineering, while also getting like a theoretical physics background. So it's very broad, but it leaves a lot of doors open. So again, it was kind of going back to high school into university when I didn't know what to do. Going from first year into second year, I'm not entirely sure what I wanted to do. However, I knew that okay, I like electrical engineering. That's part of this program. And another thing in engineering physics is you get four courses worth of pretty much whatever you want to take. They're called technical electives. So I know that later on down the line, if I end up changing my mind, if I want to go into more software approach, I can take courses in that, and you can really kind of customize your degree. So yeah, that was a big reason why. And I heard a lot of good things about the people in engineering physics and the staff. So that was another drawing point.
Awesome. So Katrijn, I'll come back to you. What's been one of your favorite experiences at UBC so far?
Well, the first thing that popped into my mind was actually Imagine Day. Just way back first year, the first day, no classes for anyone, but first year students get to go and join their Imagine Day groups and just walk around campus and see all the cool things. And there's like that pep rally at the end, and you do the, your engineering cheer and try and be the loudest. And we have like such a huge faculty, so we kind of are. And then there's like the arts and sciences, and they're trying to be the loudest. And I just remember it being so fun, and it being the first chance for me to really connect with people and make new friends. And I had such a funny experience in my Imagine Day. I got lost from my group at one point, and then I had to rejoin them, but it was just such a funny experience. And now one of my friends I actually have from that day, and we laugh about it all the time. So yeah, I just say anything that is really like something that makes you feel connected to campus life and the community is just great, because there's just such a spirit about it. And if you go to like any like game or like football game, I forgot the term for it, but the big one that happens in the fall usually, I just know it's like such a yeah, homecoming, right? I'm not a big sports person, but homecoming, like just anything like that is just, you feel the energy, and you just can be friends with anyone. Everyone is just like, oh, like you're here for this, like yeah, come join, like be a part of our group. And it's just such a fun time. Yeah.
Awesome. And something that's a little bit more kind of not as exciting, but every day that you mentioned to me that you really like is the lunches that happen at the Longhouse. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so for Indigenous students, there is this place on campus called the Longhouse, and they have usually when we're in school, like on campus in person, they have a lot of events that help you connect with the Indigenous community. And one of the things that they do is every Tuesday they have like a lunch where you can come, and it's like kind of like a potluck, but like other people, like the people who run the admin of Longhouse bring food, so you get to go there, get free food. You get to talk to students, admin, Indigenous guests, and it's a really good connection to the Indigenous members of your community. But also the Longhouse, it's got its own library. It's a place where you can go to study. They have like admin counselors and people who, if you're, want help with courses or whatever, and you would rather talk to an Indigenous connection, they have that available there. But it's just a really a lovely building. It's so warm and open, and the people there are just so nice and so great.
Awesome. And Blake, there was also something that you wanted to mention about the Longhouse as well, right? The colloquium.
Yeah, so at the Longhouse, like Katrijn mentioned, there's the lunches and there's like a little library, and there's also a colloquium, which is a place where any Indigenous student can go, and there's always somebody there, and it's just a place where you can go and hang out and study. There's like a lounge and a study rooms, and it's just another great place to connect with other Indigenous students of any faculty, not just engineering.
Awesome. And Blake, what would you say your favorite experience of UBC has been so far?
My favorite experience of UBC. Well, maybe not a single moment, more so of I'll just say this, just meeting people. Coming into UBC, I knew a couple people, like a couple of my friends who also went to the school, but I met a whole bunch of new people. And again, like the colloquium, not just in engineering, but from arts and business and science and all faculties. And I just really loved getting to know people from all different walks of life. And it was really, it's almost eye-opening when you get to see so many people from different backgrounds and different parts of the world. And yeah, I just love meeting people, especially in first year. I lived on residence, so you get plopped down and there's a whole bunch of people and you just start socializing, and it's great, and you meet new people and make lifelong friends.
Awesome. So just a reminder to any of our attendees, if you also have questions for Blake or Katrijn, you can type those into the Q&A. So if there's anything you want to know about their student experience or anything like that, until we get more questions, one thing that I do like to ask any panelists that I have with me is if you could give one piece of advice to students who are kind of ready to apply now, so in their grade 12 year, thinking about applying to UBC, what might that be?
I can start. Be open. Don't be super rigid. There's like, if you're in high school and you're only 18, you don't know what you want to do for the rest of your life. Things change. Some people do. Some people definitely know what they want to do. But yeah, definitely be open to change. It's okay if you don't know what you want to do. Most people don't know what they want to do. And it's totally okay if you get into your engineering degree and you say, well, maybe it's not for me. But, you know, nobody knows exactly what they want to do. Be open, and it's okay to change.
Awesome. And Katrijn?
Yeah, I guess what I would kind of say is just take chances and put yourself in opportunities that you might get, but you might not get. Like, just applying to the UBC Engineering is a putting yourself out there kind of experience. Like, the whole application process and everything is very intense for all of UBC, but it's a great learning opportunity. And if you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do engineering or if I want to do science, like, why not try engineering? And like Blake was saying, if you're like, oh, I might just see a year or two, like, how it goes, like, that's totally cool, and lots of people do that and then they end up loving it. But another experience is just like putting yourself in places to meet new people. Like with residence, I was like, I don't know if I want to do residence, and I ended up doing it, and it was like the best decision in my life, because you just put yourself out there, you get to meet so many new people and come across these opportunities that you might not otherwise would have been given or would have gotten to do. So yeah, just take chances and put yourself out there is basically what I would say.
Awesome. Great advice from both of you. So you both mentioned that you lived in residence in first year. Are you from Vancouver? Have you moved here from somewhere else? What was that experience like, kind of transitioning from high school into UBC?
So I'm from Port Coquitlam, which is about an hour's drive from Vancouver, and about a 2-hour transit, and I don't have a car. So I didn't want to spend 4 hours a day transiting. So I moved out to campus, and it was awesome. I met so many people, and my best friends are the people I met in my residence. So yeah, it's great because you're just surrounded with people all the time that you can go to if you ever need anything or need help or just want to chat or work on homework. It's a fantastic experience.
Awesome. And Katrijn?
I'm actually an out-of-province student, so for me there was kind of no other choice. My sister went here, so I had the option of living with my sister, but I decided to go in residence instead. And just like Blake said, you make so many friends, and the people I live with currently are actually friends that I've made through residence. And it's just, there's a community that is so welcoming, and you just run into people everywhere and get to complain about the cafeteria food together and everything. But overall, yeah, the residence is like such a fun part of first year university at UBC, I think. But yeah, it can be kind of scary doing that move, being from out of province. It's kind of emotional the first day without your family or whatever, but it's such a good growing learning experience, and you get to be independent and make your own choices. And when you go home and you're like, oh, now my mom can do my laundry for me again and I don't have to buy groceries, and it makes you really appreciate it. But it's such a good experience.
Awesome. We have a few more minutes for questions. So again, if anyone does have any questions, please feel free to put them in the Q&A, which you can find at the bottom of your screen. One other question that I do get from a lot of students is, what's your favorite course that you're currently taking or have previously taken? What's the best one that you've done so far, and why?
Okay. My favorite course, I guess, would be one that I took in first year, I suppose. It's just a math course. It's linear algebra, Math 152. If you're in engineering, you'll take it in the second term of your first year. And it's just another math course, but I found it great. And I think the reason I found it great was because I had an awesome prof, a great professor. And that's one thing that is really great. If you have a good professor in a class, it can totally change your experience. I know many people who didn't like that course. However, I was floored by it. I loved it. And so I even spent like extra time on it and made sure I did really well in it. It's great when you get a great prof, because they can make all the difference. And I think that math course was great.
Awesome. And Katrijn, what was your favorite course and why?
My favorite math course was also that one, so I do have to agree with Blake. That was, it's actually kind of fun. But my favorite courses overall, being in the geological engineering department, we get the opportunity to have a lot of earth and ocean sciences department courses, and it kind of features in, a little bit of environmental, a little bit of that type of science, and that's one reason why I chose geo. But my favorite course, one I'm taking right now, is called it's Earth and Life Through Time, and it's an Earth and Ocean Sciences course, and it's just so interesting and so fun, and it just reminds me of like being passionate about the earth and like why I am in geo. And it's a little bit different than the normal engineering courses because it is one of those option type ones, but I still love it. And I do love every other earth and ocean sciences course I've taken in the engineering section. But yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see how you love that. I'm a big geology geek as well. Like I took a course in high school, and it's one of my like pastimes. So
it's so interesting. I love these courses.
Awesome. Blake, there is a question for you. So is the homework that comes with engineering physics manageable in addition to a club like being part of UBC Rocket?
Right. Okay. So this is a question that every EngPhys students gets a lot. I think the program is kind of infamous for being kind of really tough. However, don't let that scare you away. So many people have made it through. Everyone makes it through, and there's a reason for that. Yes, the workload, especially going from first year to second year in EngPhys, is a step up. But I think that's true for any engineering program. As far as in addition to a club, so like I mentioned, I'm on UBC Solar. I was not on that team in first year. I was not on a team in first year. So I took that on this term. So I went from a normal course load in first year, and now I'm on a normal course load with the team now. And personally, I find I can manage it. There's definitely some prioritization that has to go on where you say, okay, now I have to spend extra time on this and maybe let this course fall behind a little bit, but that's okay because you've got time management is a big part of the university learning experience. But yeah, the club, I'm really passionate about my design team. So it's not really like work to me, it's like fun. So that's another thing. So it doesn't feel like an extra burden. But yes, it's manageable is what I'm trying to say.
Awesome. Well, that kind of brings it to the end of our time for today. So thank you both so much for being a part of our panel and sharing your experiences with our students. We do have one more hoodie draw. So the winner of that one is going to be Mia Rubio Cortez. So thanks for joining, Mia. And I will be also sending you an email to follow up about how you can claim your UBC hoodie. So thank you to everyone that joined us today. Thank you so much, Katrijn and Blake, for being a part of our panel. I hope everyone was able to take away some of your great advice that you provided today. And everyone have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you everybody for coming. If any of you, I'll say maybe, I don't know, Erin, do they have your email?
They should have, yep, they'll all have my email. Yeah.
If any of you have extra questions that maybe you didn't want to ask on the call, you can get my email through Erin, and you can send me an email if you guys want. I'm totally okay, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
And I can second that as well. I'm totally open to talking, and Erin has my email as well, so that would be great. And yeah, it's such a fun experience. Thank you guys for all coming out tonight.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye.